What's going on, everyone? We're doing some Diablo 3 today. Not really gonna do a walkthrough, but I figured I have some Diablo 3. Well, I have like two Diablo 3 things to talk about. One's kind of a recap, and then one's kind of an interesting thing that I saw this morning. So I figured, why not play some Diablo 3 and talk about some of the shenanigans that are surrounding Diablo 3. While talking about it and playing it and all that stuff, early spoiler alert warning before I go ahead with some gameplay. I'm in Act 4, and I'm not going to go back and play Act 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. Like I said, I'm never really planned to do a walkthrough of this game. It's really just, if I have, like, shenanigans, or, like, if I'm going to do multiplayer stuff or whatever, but I'm going to do some Diablo 3, and I'm going to be in Act 4, so if you haven't gotten the game yet, or you have not, or you've been watching other people play and they haven't gotten to Act 4 yet in their walkthrough or whatever, or you just don't want to be spoiled, then it's probably good not to watch this. Just an early warning now. I don't know how this is really going to work out. We'll see if I lag my shit out or not, but until then, we can resume our game. So let's resume playing Diablo 3. Talk about some of the shenanigans that's going on. I'm pretty sure at this point in the game I'm pretty damn close to the end. Pretty close to the end by this point, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty great. Pretty great. I'm pretty sure Act 4 is the last act in Diablo 3. If not, then oh well. I don't purport to be right or wrong, but there are some... Wow. That's shenanigans? What the fuck? Awesome. So we have that crap to deal with and whatever, and there's a shadow monster here. What's up, dude? Yeah, see you later. See yous later. Oh, look at these guys. We got some demons, and I would like to get out of that. That would be great. I would like to not be on fire today, thank you. Hey, my Templar leveled up. We got a corrupted angel here that's got like uber defense and shit. But anyway, stuff that I wanted to talk about. I did have a kind of a recap. There's a main story that I'm going to talk about, and it's pretty much when I tried to get on Diablo 3 this morning. I'm not even going to bother getting the rest of that map, even though it's kind of going to bug me with my gamer OCD. But anyway, tried to get on this morning, and they were doing some scheduled maintenance, and holy shit, we better not get hit by that. That would be fantastic. They're doing their scheduled maintenance. I know Blizzard games, when I played WoW, they had scheduled maintenance on Tuesdays, and today's particular scheduled maintenance went on for a bit longer than normal because, well, the game just came out and they had like some bugs, and they obviously want to fix all the problems that they had at launch and whatnot. That's what I would assume. Plus all the complaints from players, all that shit about stuff just not working. We should free those angels and whatnot. But yeah, so they had scheduled maintenance. It started at 1 p.m. On Pacific Standard Time, which for me, being on the East Coast, was about 4 o'clock in the morning. They start at 1 a.m. I'm sorry if I said p.m. I'm pretty sure I said 1 p.m. But they start at 1 a.m. in the morning. That's not exactly the most prime spot for U.S., but I believe all the servers went down across the world, so they could just get it all fixed and ready and back up. And then I believe the servers came back up around 9 o'clock their time, which would be 12 o'clock my time. And oh look, we've got some... Oh no. I might actually die here. The funny thing, as a little aside, if I could say, funny thing is, most of my deaths in this game have not come from bosses. They've actually come from regular enemies. So that's kind of it's a nice little funny thing there to do. Kind of a little funny thing there, because I've only died to one boss, and that boss was in Act 3. Or no, not Act 3, but Act 2. God, these things are flipping ass annoying. Oh my god, just die. Just die, please, so I can get on with my story. But anyway. Yeah, so they're having some maintenance, and, you know, that was a little annoying. I was up early because I had to go to work at 7:30 this morning. I had to leave the house by 7 and get to work at 7:30. But I was just like, you know, I'll hop on Diablo, whatever, no big deal. Like, I'll just do whatever. And I'm pretty sure that guy is casting Meteor. But I was just like, you know, no big deal. Hop on Diablo for like maybe an hour after I grab a shower and stuff, and just try to get to the end of Act 4. And I get on, and that's gonna spring a trap. So I get on, and I notice that I can't log in, and I'm like, alright, well, whatever. You know, I'm like, why can't I log in? And for the US, at least, for the US servers, they placed a little note on the news. I believe it's on the right side of the screen. That was basically like, hey, we're doing maintenance, you know, it's like the weekly scheduled maintenance thing, and it's going to be extended for a couple hours so that we can figure out all this stuff and what have you. Hopefully you'll understand, blah, blah, blah. You know, the typical stuff. And, you know, they're relatively nice about it. I mean, they... Holy shit. Oh my god. Please die. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Good night. But, yeah. So they're doing their weekly maintenance and whatever, and you know, you figure that would be a good thing because, you know, all the stuff, all the shenanigans that happened at launch, like I was talking about, you want to kind of want to fix that, smooth it over, make sure your game can run as good as it can. But oddly enough, while Blizzard was fixing the game, you have these gamers. I went onto the actual Blizzard site, you know, to see the details of what was going on and what have you, and one of the top forum posts, which hopefully I'll remember to leave a link in the description, was about the weekly maintenance, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe people are just like, you know, they want to know what's going on and whatever. But oddly enough, it was a forum post about people that are pissed off because they can't play the game. And I was like, really? Like, I at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, there's no way. Like, you know, why would you be mad if they're trying to fix the game? And at least when I happened upon the topic this morning at about like 6 o'clock, a majority of the posts, it had already been like several pages long. The majority of the posts were like, what the fuck, Blizzard? Like, why are you interrupting, you know, my game? Now I'm gonna have to wait for so many hours, and you know, this is why I took off for today, and now like my plans are ruined because I can't play Diablo 3, and you know, but stuff like that, where people are like, well, why the fuck can't I play? This is bullshit. I don't understand. You know, why do you hate us so much, Blizzard? You guys are jerks. Blah, 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 blah. Like, whiny comments about not being able to play the game. You know, stuff like that. Things that were pretty unreasonable. Kind of an unreasonable, look, or an unreasonable argument. You know, what have you. You know, gamers were just pissed that they couldn't play. And to an extent, I understand, you know, I mean, you know, this game just came out, it's about a week old, and, you know, clearly you want to play, but, you know, hey, they took the servers down to do weekly schedule maintenance that if you played WoW and all that stuff, you should know by now that Blizzard generally does their scheduled maintenance, at least for, you know, games like WoW. I don't know how it is for StarCraft, but for games like WoW, and I guess games like Diablo now, because they didn't do this during Diablo 2, at least I don't remember if they did or not. But they are doing weekly scheduled maintenance for our benefit, And so we shouldn't be so pissed off at them, or people shouldn't be so angry with them. I mean, for me, I was just like, oh, well, that sucks, I can't play. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll do something else. No big deal, you know, whatever. If I can't play, I can't play. I mean, I have to go to work anyway, so I wouldn't have gotten a whole lot of time to play, and, you know, I'll just play when I get back, because by then the maintenance will be over. You know, and while I was at work, the only thing that I could think about, really, was playing the game, and the fact that I needed to decide to make something for dinner for my girlfriend and I tonight, but, you know, that's another story all on itself. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things that you have to take in stride. I mean, if they're doing 1-for-1 weekly scheduled maintenance, which is something that's going to happen, and I guess a lot of people weren't ready for it. A lot of the new players were like, what the fuck? Like, weekly scheduled maintenance, this is fucking bullshit. Why? This is BS, it's cutting into my playing time. I hate you, Blizzard. All of you can just, like, fuck yourselves and die. Like, that was the general response of a lot of people. And then there are people that actually knew about it and were like, well, this is still bullshit because I wanted to play the game and now I can't play the game, and now I need, like, a tampon so that I can absorb, like, something can absorb my tears and I can, you know, cry about this bullshit. And it's just like, guys, just fuck off. Like, you can't honestly be serious about this. Great, now we have wallers. I hate wallers. They're assholes, man. Take 7-sided strike. Wallers are douchebags. Hate them so much. But yeah, that was pretty much the big thing this morning. I mean, I even went on to make a post about it, and I was like, really? Like, well, not on the forums, but, you know, on Facebook and on Twitter and whatever, just letting my friends know about the shenanigans and the bullshit surrounding Diablo. And, you know, pretty much as of late, the gaming community has kind of been pissing me off and kind of made me ashamed to be a part of the subculture that is the video game community. It seems like we're known more for being whiny bitches and all that stuff because of a few bad apples that just don't get it, and I need to go back to town, so I'm gonna do that. It seems like the gaming community is getting a really bad rep because of, you know, the few that are like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, whine about everything because it's bullshit that I can't do this and I can't do that, and I hate life. Like, people suck. Games. I'm gonna ruin shit for everyone and whatever. Like, few people that have unreasonable complaints about stuff. It's just like, really, man? Like, really? Is that's what you're gonna do? Great. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks for being a dick.